Hey, it's Liz from Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks. My hair looks really, really big today. And actually I've lost like half of it. So I have a fiber mill in northern Vermont, and I started this podcast a while ago, but I have not been super good about keeping up with it. It's just been crazy busy. So I do the best I can. I can't promise that I'm going to be here on a regular basis. I will put them up as much as I can. I'm also the slowest knitter in the world. So I feel like if I keep putting the same things out there, you're going to get bored out of your mind. So I'm doing my best. We will see how it goes. Like I said, we have a fiber mill. So that's what our like main thing is the just processing. So we wash, we pick, we card, we process, we turn everything into yarn. It's a let's see here. I'm rusty. I haven't done this in a while. So we teamed up with Bat and Kill a few months back, and things are going awesome. So it doesn't take, it's kind of pretty much a halfway point for both of us. So we just meet there, we swap. I give her carded roving and she gives me yarn, and it's working. It's been working out great. And I plan on, we'll be making trips once in a while over to Bat and Kill Mill. She'll probably come over here once in a while. So yeah, it's really been a really good partnership, and just kind of going with the flow and doing what we needed to do. And it's, I can't say enough good things about it. And we have been so busy since then. Since people have started finding out that we are working together, things are definitely changing and shifting. So we are trying to we're doing our best to keep up. And yeah, so I'm going to get into it. I'm just going to go over some of the things that I have a finished product. Finished object. There you go. So I have a finished object. And let's see here. What else did we get done? And I have lots of whips. I started a bunch of new things, which I really shouldn't, because I haven't done the things that I need to get done. But too many fun things that were calling my name. So I got those started. And yeah, so let's get into it. We'll just start with I'll start with what's off my needles. I got my socks, and you have to just ignore me because they have been worn. But that's why I'm folding them in half, because they have been on my feet. And they have dog hair on them, but that's okay. They are well up to, and oh my God, these are seriously the most comfortable socks I've ever had. And now I have to make as many as I can before I wear holes in these, because this is all I'm wearing. And they're DK weight. That's just like I said, I have, I only have 3 colors left. And it will be in the shop. It's not right this second, but it will be by the time this goes out. I have the really bright fun, and then I also have a more muted colorway in the shop, and then a kind of really earthy, like foresty color. So I have those 3 left in the shop, and it's a 2-ply DK weight, and it knit up so fast. If you are a faster knitter than me, which I think everybody is faster than me, you can knit them up so fast, and they were so nice and easy. Oh, I can't remember what. I want to say 48 stitches. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure I knit them with 48 stitches. And then it was just, I didn't do because I was kind of guessing as to how much. I want to make sure I had enough yarn left. So I did a shorter leg, but they're still decent size. And then just a regular heel flap and gusset. And I think they're on size 4s. I use just wood. Everything I use is wood and Chigoos, because I'm actually a dealer. So if you do need wooden Chigoo needles, they are in the shop. And if there's something missing that I don't have, I can get them for you. but I just love the wooden one so much better. With my stroke and only knitting, really using the one, like the left hand really just holds all the knitting and the right hand does all the work, and I don't have the what's the word, the fine motor skills for the left hand to do anything fancy. So if it's slippery, then it gets too hard. So I keep with a wooden needle, so it just gives it a little more, it holds together a little bit better. But those are my finished object, and I have not taken these off. I've washed them once and I'm wearing them like every other day. And I already have, that's the next thing I have. And because I like them so much, I have a whole bunch of yarn. It's not in the shop, and if you want it in the shop, I can put some in there, but I have a whole bunch of random skeins. They're worsted weight skeins, and they haven't sold because I think they weren't the prettiest ones, because they're a non-superwash. They just, I don't know, they didn't come out, they weren't my favorite. I don't know, they just didn't sell, whatever. So I just was like, hey, I'll turn them into socks, and they're surprising me. So I don't know, hang on one second. I think I have, okay. So this is what it looked like, and I think that's why it wasn't selling, because it looked kind of just wonky and kind of like, you know, like it's gonna stripe or pull or whatever. So it just sat around forever. So here you did. I thought I wasn't gonna have a lot much to talk about, but apparently now we're 8 minutes in and I've got plenty to talk about. So that's what it looked like after I folded up, and now it's looking like this. Now it's kind of blowing it out, but you can kind of see it. They're like micro striping it. And it's worsted weight. This is old. Like, this has been around forever. Like I said, it's been sitting forever. And I'll put down below how many stitches are on there, because I can't remember if it's 48 or 40, or I can't remember. But I was afraid they were going to be a little wide, and I think they're coming out fine. And I do not have glasses on because I'm blind. I'm definitely getting old, and I don't have my reading glasses on. I think they're 4s now. I think they're 4s too. But they're knitting up so fast too, and I'm so excited. So I don't think I'll ever be knitting finger weight socks ever again. Here in Vermont, you're either in flip-flops or you're in heavy wool socks and boots. So it doesn't really make sense for me to make fingering weight socks, and I wear through them so fast, it's not worth it. So I'm curious to see how long these will last before I wear holes in them. I'm super hard on my socks. I wear Crocs, which I know are bad for your feet, but I wear those. I wear lacrosse rubber boots when I'm like out in the woods, and I wear hiking boots. I'm not gentle on my socks, and I wear them all over the house. You know, I live in them. All my wool socks have patches on them because I have one of those speed weave little darning thing that you can weave patches in, and so I just put patches on them because I wear through them so fast. They're guaranteed. They last me, Darn Tough, Smart Wool, all those, they last me about 6 months, and then they've got holes in them. And that's because I have a whole lot of them too. So I'm hoping I get more of these and I can just make more of these, except I'm making so many other things for everybody else right now. Everybody wants something, and so I am just trying to do some of my own knitting and at the same time to work on some other stuff. So that's the first work in progress. The next one is I've never done a mystery knit along. I don't usually kind of follow what everybody else is doing because, again, slow knitter, and it's just not you know, I'm usually, like, I have enough going on. But I really kind of fell for the Stephen West, the West Knits mystery knit along. So I know his stuff is crazy, but I wanted to do colorways that I would like, and I don't know, just try it, and it'd be something entertaining. Like it keeps you going. So that's what I figured, and it's definitely doing that. However, to me, to make, and oh my god, I can't even talk. That's my world. Don't worry about it. For me to knit a shawl that's 5 skeins big, that's like going to take me forever. So I knew I was not going to keep up. Plus I have to run a mill and I work 1,000,000 hours a week. So if I'm lucky, if I can get maybe an hour a day in knit. I try knit in the morning for a few minutes before work starts, and then again at night before I go to bed. And I still feel like I'm knitting all the time, and I still don't get anywhere. But anyway, so far, okay, let's see here. What's the best way? Okay, I will do this because these are already skeined up, but I have the other half that isn't skeined up, and I will show you my colors. So, and I do have, I think, one more of these sets in the shop if you are interested, except for the pop of color. That's the only one I don't have because it's not actually, it's just a different base, but it worked. So I have, these are my light and dark. Sorry, I'm trying to hold on to these and make sure this so you can see them. So one is a really pretty, it's kind of blowing out. It's not like, it's just a purple, and this is like, I don't even know. I can't even remember what the name of the color is. I'll put it down below. I have to make sure that it's not a one of a kind, but I do have another one of these. I think I have another set. So these are my 2 colors that I have, and those are the 2, light and dark, that it calls for. And then the pop of color is this. It's like a saffrony, like yellowy, you know, it's like a golden yellow. So I have those. So this, and this are gonna go good. And this is not, from here, it's looking like it's like blowing out a lot, but it's definitely, I don't know, I think they're gonna go good together. So that is what I'm doing, and that's what I have so far. And I'm still only on the first clue, and not even, like, maybe halfway through it. Last night I found on Ravelry, they, like, I just looked on one of their chat groups or whatever, because I don't go onto Ravelry a lot. I'm usually just a buyer pattern. I'm not in any of the groups or anything, and I didn't even join it. I just glanced at it to see if they had any like tips, or if they were running into any problems, like somewhere I could. And Clue 13 did have a mistake in it, so I was glad. And I noticed that it did, and I just kind of fudged it because I could figure it out myself. But they had like a cheat sheet of like how many stitches in each repeat and all that kind of stuff. So I did use that. Oh, that's the wrong side. So this is what I have so far. I'm really loving it because it has just enough, like, it's not plain. Like, it has the solid, but then it has like that tonal color. This one right here, I feel like it just kind of neutralizes things because there's all those colors, but they're in here, so it just kind of goes with it. And I don't know, I think this is going to be really cool. So if you haven't seen this, I should have said that, I'm so bad, but we're already on Clue 3, so you should be okay. This should not be a surprise. I'll put a warning before I hold this up again. But yeah, I'm running out of space, but there's the chevrons, and then there's those little braids that are coming through. I wasn't off on stitches, but every time you watch his videos, he's like, oh, if your stitches are off, don't fix it, just fudge it. So that's what I did. And I think I'm back on track and I have all my stitches. And the other thing I was going to say, I don't have that yellow, but I have, let me hold on, they're right here. You don't want to poke the camera. Okay, so yes, I do have one set of, I have the light and the dark, and then the other one I was thinking that would be real, this is really, I'll put it, it'll look better on the shop. It's kind of like a pumpkin-y orange, but I think it would be a really fun pop too with that plummy purple, burgundy purple. Oh my god, come on. So I think that would be a good pop too. So, because it has like that mustardy color, and I have a pale yellow, but I don't think the pale yellow would go good. I don't know. All of this base. So this is, I should say this because I am not good at this, is the Dream base. So it's the MCN base. And by the time this goes up, I will have hopefully everything in the shop. I just switched everything over. So I'm working on the shop I feel like that's all I've been doing is website stuff. So I think because I don't have that yellow, I think I would have that might work. So yeah, so that is the next thing. Stephen West. I'm really having fun with it, but the bad thing is I'm not doing anything else, and I have so many other things to be doing. The next thing I literally just cast this on and haven't done anything since. I am going to do a bankhead hat. He's not going to watch this, and my daughter doesn't watch it either, so we don't have to worry about it. No, I can't open this to the bag because I'm super fancy and was too lazy to find a bag, and I just wanted to keep it in something so it wasn't rolling around. But it's just going to be a bankhead hat. So it's another worsted 8. Oh my god. So my hand, I'm going to be rambling all over the place. I had Botox. I have Botox in my hand because this pinky likes to stick out from my stroke. It gets in the way and I can't do as much. So they do Botox on it, and she put it in a different place to try something else, which I wasn't even looking when she did it. All I know is it hurt a lot more than it usually does, and I feel like my hand is like dead now. It doesn't want to do anything. So I need to message her, and I think she did a little too much. So now we have to wait till it wears off. I don't know. It feels like it's more on my thumb and stuff. Like I can still hold on and still knit and stuff, but I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, I literally, like I said, just cast this on. I just started the ribbing because I don't know, wanted to cast on all the things last weekend. And oh my goodness, this is blowing. It looks more like that. You can see the blue, but it's kind of just a variegated worsted weight. I didn't really think about this because this is for a gift, and then after I started doing it, I was like, oh shoot. It's a non-super wash, but that's okay. Hopefully he can just hand it to me when it's dirty, when it's ready to be washed, and I'll wash it if he doesn't want to. If he shrinks it, he shrinks it. It's another one of the skeins that has been in my stash forever, and I'm not really that partial to it, so it's okay. It was a boy color, and they do construction, so he's always dirty and disgusting, so I was not going to do something that was light colored. Yeah, so that was that. So those are my whips. No, I have one more whip. I am making a little bit of progress on this. That's why I'm going to show it really quick. It's John's sweater. Oh my god, and it's going to be hunting. It is hunting season. This weekend is youth weekend, and there's no sweater to be had yet, but we're getting there. Look, it has an arm now, so maybe this will give me the energy that it takes to. Maybe I should put. Oh, should I just not be doing Stephen West's pattern and just start working on the sweater? It's just so boring. But I have part of the arm. It's got the little bit of ribbing, and then I had to. So this is the Tinkin Knits Flax. I dyed all the yarn. I started knitting and something didn't look right. Then I realized I dyed a whole sweater's quantity of DK instead of worsted. That was my mistake, and I was not going to dye another men's sweater's quantity worth of the same color. There's no way. It wasn't going to happen. So I just went down in size. I had them keep trying it on, and I went by, what's the name? I know it. I'll put it in the down below. Top Down Sweaters. Why can't I think of her name? You're all yelling at me. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. So, yes. So as I went by her numbers, because she has you can do any weight yarn and all that kind of stuff. So I went by her numbers for the DK weight. The only problem that I noticed with it is that the arms, because of the way the raglan was going, the arms were really wide, which isn't that big. It looked fine on him, but they were just it was like if he was a bodybuilder, and he's tall and skinny. So that was the biggest problem. So I had to decrease. Once I started making the sweater, I started making it, and I was like, these look really big. So I had them try it on, and they were going to be huge. So I ripped back, and I literally decreased either every round or every other round until I got to I think 60 some odd stitches, and now it looks fine. And so it's just going to be you're going to be able to see it when you're, if you lifted your arm. But he's going to be in the woods. Nobody's going to care. So he's going to be just happy that he has a sweater, and he keeps asking when it's going to be ready. So we'll see. But maybe we should work, being that, deer hunting is starting. He just went away for, oh my God, I can't stay on track. He just went away for a week. And then he just came back today, and he's going to be like, oh, how's my sweater coming? Is it going to be ready for this weekend? No, because I've been working on a shawl that I really don't need, but it's fun. So that's my project. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's it. I updated the shop. Yeah, and so he was away for a week. He went on a moose hunt. We're in the Northeast Kingdom. We're in the southern Northeast Kingdom. We're just at the beginning of the Northeast Kingdom. He went an hour north, next to Canada. He was hunting on the Canadian border for moose. But the cool part was that it's called Hunt of a Lifetime. So it's kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's kind of like that. It's Make-A-Wish for sick kids that are outdoorsy and always want to hunt and stuff like that. So they're all kids that have something wrong with them, and they, you don't know what's going to happen in a year or two. Or so they can, I think kids, they can do it up till they're 18 or 20, I think 21. So they take 3 kids. They have, each kid has 2 guides, and then they all have a cameraman with them, so they get to videotape it, and then it's all going to be on TV and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, all 3 of them, none of them got a moose because moose numbers are down. But they saw them. They just couldn't get a shot off or that kind of stuff. So the kids did get to see them, so they were super excited that they at least got to see something. And I think the biggest part of hunting is not even the actual hunt. It's more of being outside in the woods and learning about nature, and they got to see all the, like they complete, like, and they're all from, none of them are from Vermont. So they were, one was from, John said, let's see here, one was from Arizona. There was a little girl that was from Arizona, and then two boys. One was from Mississippi, and one was from Ohio. And so one was from the desert, and we're in the mountains and the thick woods, and the other two were from areas that are flat and they're not used to hiking, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was definitely something that they'll never get to experience again, just being out in the woods and like being in the middle of nowhere. And it's a totally different environment. So it's more not just for the hunt, it's more for the experience of being outside and learning and that kind of stuff. So it was definitely, John loved it. He loves taking kids out and just teaching them about everything. So it was definitely, I think it was more of an experience for him than it was even just as much for the kids. He loved it just as much as they did it. And that was this is his first year. I met the guy. There's a husband and wife that just started working for A Hunt of a Lifetime, and I met them through an outdoors weekend for, like, it's a women in the outdoors weekend. And I met Diane, and yeah, so like she happened to message me on Facebook and said, hey, one of our guides, you mentioned that John might be interested. One of our guides just hurt himself. I think he hurt his ankle or something, and didn't know if Johnny could be a replacement. So of course he jumped at the chance because he's always wanted to do something like this. So yeah, it was a cool experience. It was 6 days. So he left Friday and just got back today. It ended yesterday, but then by the time they cleaned up and all that stuff, came home. So yeah, I just got back today. So it's pretty much a full week. But all the friends you make, all those kind of things, it's like, it's definitely, I don't know, it was pretty cool. So, or from what I've heard, I went up there to visit him. It was Emma's birthday on Sunday. So yeah, so we went up and said hi, had cake and ice cream and all that kind of, cake and dinner and that kind of stuff, and just got to meet everybody really quick before we drove home. It was an hour and a half, so it was a quick up and back, but oh well, it's okay. We got to say hi at least. So yeah, so I just updated the shop. Let's see here. I probably should have put those behind me. I didn't think of that. Okay, well, we have a whole bunch in the shop. Hang on one second. Okay. Let's see here. I should have done this. I didn't. Poor planning here. It's been a while. So let's see here. Okay, I'm going to just show one of each because you can see them in the shop. Okay, I think I put this as confetti. And it's a little bit lighter than it looks like on my camera, but I have a bunch of these in the shop. This is the only, okay. Another thing. Okay, so I just switched my website. I'm sure if you've been on there, it's changed. I switched it over to Shopify. I was on Wix, and I found out with Shopify, you can eventually, as we're growing, you can switch over and do a lot more keeping track of inventory. You can actually get barcodes and scanners. We switched everything over. I'm hoping by springtime we'll be able to have a scanner, and then we can scan things out, and then we can actually link like the tablet when we go to shows. Everything will be on there, so it pulls it out of the website and the show at the same time, and then we don't have to do a whole inventory thing and not be running out of stuff all the time. So keep your fingers crossed. So there's one. So this first base is the fingering weight that I have in the shop. I'm going down the list, and little by little, everything is going to be in the shop. I'll have the dream base. That's the MCM. That'll be next. So that is this one. I have a red which I am not like, I don't know, I don't have anything, but I love this. It is a tonal. I think this would be so pretty as, I don't know, everything. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, it'd be perfect. Like, I don't know. I just really, there's something about that I like. Or put it with something else. And then I have, this is my camo. I love this color. And it's just greens and browns and golds and all sorts of, yeah, it's perfect. I have that one. I have a light pink, but yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a really pretty pink because it's like a pinky, almost has a little bit of a purple, I don't know, I shouldn't say purple, but it's a really like dusty pink, and I like that one. And then I have a green, and this is one of my favorite greens, and you know what? When I was dyeing it, it says it's an internet special, which probably at the time didn't register. Now I'm thinking the dye company doesn't make it anymore because this is like 100 years old. So I'm hoping, I saw a color on the website that I'm hoping might be similar because I really like this color and I want to make everything in it. It's just like this really perfect blue green. I don't know. It's really, I don't know. It's just so pretty. So yeah, so now I want to make everything with that color. Now we don't have it anymore. That's how I don't know, how everything in my life works. So there's that one. So yeah, so, and then I think there's a couple more up there. I also have a couple of singles that I paired together at a discounted rate. So instead of $25 a piece, you can get two for $40. But there's only two of those. There's a couple blue ones and then another like a green and a rusty color. Those ones are on the white subs, so you can see them. They're like doubles or whatever they say on there. I can't remember what I put on there. So yeah, so those are on the website. So if you are wanting a little deal or whatever, you go on those because there's only those two. So I have those, but there's so many things in so many else. Like all of this has to go. What else? In the last thing, we have Raunchy Wool Festival, which was crazy busy. It was so much fun. It's my best show. I have so much fun there. Just because it's local, it's an hour away. It's just so much fun. It's great to see people. I met so many more new people. We moved. We were on one corner. We went to the next side of the where we usually are, and it was where Bartlett Yarns used to be. And so they buy wool too. We buy wool. And they're not vending anymore, or at least they weren't there last year, so I have their spot now. And everybody pulled in, they're like, you're not Bartlett. And so MJ was there with me on Saturday, and she's like, nope, but we'll buy your wool. So we came home with a lot of wool. So we have a really big camper with a bunkhouse. We filled it full. Like the whole bunkhouse was filled with wool. And then we filled the back of an F-350, the back of the pickup truck, filled to the top too. And then we had, the car was full. Everything was full. So we had hundreds of pounds of wool that we brought home, which was so cool. And then I sorted it all when we got back. My yard looked like a landfill because of the amount of garbage bags that were all over the place. I kept telling people, I'm sorry, I really don't, this is not what it usually is. So we got all sorted. And then I also found another really cool thing is I have a guy that does Black Dirt Farm, which they compost. It's a big compost company. And so I called them up. My daughter was thinking about this. I called them up and they're going to take all of my scraps, all the waste wool is going to go to them. It's going to be turned into compost. So I'm super excited about that. And they said whatever they can't use, they have a big greenhouse too. So they said they're going to use it for insulation for that too. So I'm super excited that it's going to be used and not just thrown away. So I probably stored the equal amounts of what I threw away, because some of it was really disgusting and it wasn't even worth it. So that was just tossed, and then we went through, took the good stuff, and now we have some really beautiful. We're gonna have so many yarns coming your way. It's gonna be so fun. So I cannot wait to see, to show everybody what what your yarn's gonna be, what's gonna come out to. There's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of nice yarns coming your way, and all sorts of fun colors. So lots of new bases going to be coming, so that's going to be super exciting. So yeah, so things are definitely transitioning with all of this stuff going on. I will always have some of the like Andy dyed yarn too, just because we don't have everything. But I'm also going to be more limited in my bases, so I'm kind of picking and choosing what kind of bases I want, and just trying to stick. There's just so many to pick from. It's really hard, but just picking bases and then just sticking with them and kind of going from there. But I'm going to definitely have, I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, we're switching things over and trying to, I want to have set bases, but then the set bases are changing too because the wool is changing. So we'll do what we can. I'm just really excited that we're gonna have our own yarn now. So we'll have our own yarn bases. We'll have probably, I would say, at least one base in each weight that's superwash, just so that way we can have something to offer you guys. And then we'll have we'll have a lot of non-superwash as like time goes on, but I only have so many hours in a day, and so yeah, I have to start slow. But I'm trying to think of anything else. Yep, Vermont Sheep and Wool happened. This weekend is youth hunting, so Emma this is her last year. She's 15. She got her permit. Oh my god, so it's crazy. I can't believe I have a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. I'm officially old. But yeah, so now I have one that's driving and just got a new car, new to her car, and then another one that's now wanting to drive everywhere. I don't know if she's driving with Johnny today or not. I don't know if I've been doing some spinning. Oh, last thing I have to show you. I have to show you something. I did spin, and I finished a skein. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. That just took me a little while. I got really scared. I could not find it. Okay, first thing is Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival. We got two things. I only bought two things there. I have enough yarn. I don't need any more. So I got soap because I love my soaps. I use it. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I use it as a wool wash because it smells good. And so I fill the sink with water. I slosh it around, let the bar milk go a little bit, and usually soak my wools in it. It smells good, and I like it. And this one is Thistle Ridge Dairy Goat Farm in Cornwall, Vermont. I'll put the link in there. I don't know if they have a website. There's a phone number. You could call them and get your soap. But it smells so good. There was like buy 4 get for something. I forget. It was really reasonable. And it just smells so good. And yeah, it's Orange Cat Soapworks. So that is that. And there's 4 of them. I have no idea. I got 2 and Emma has 2. I love that she puts fabric around them so they don't get all yucky. That's really nice. Yeah, I got 2. Emma got the other 2. I only knew her one. This one is I already used the other one to wash my stuff. And then the other one is, this lady makes really cute. Oh shoot, please don't spill my tea, because I forgot I had tea, and so I just heated it up. It's been seeping for, this is my normal. So I don't know if you have this problem too, but I set it in there and then I forget about it. So it's been sitting here for like, well, I don't know, an hour or two, but I heated it up and now it's good again. The bad thing is it's late and I probably won't ever go to sleep tonight, but it's a chicken and it's so cute. And I have no idea what the name of her pottery is. I was hoping for a butter dish because our butter dish broke. And so I was hoping they'd have one of those there. But they said they didn't have any. So I'm going to have to message her and see. I think she has a shop. I'm not really sure. But they're super cute. So now I'm excited. I have a chicken mug. And Emma got one too. I told her she could get one because she does all the heavy lifting and stuff like that. And so she was working and I told her she could go. She picked like a black and white speckled one, which was super cute too. Because she loves her coffee, which she's 15, but whatever. It could be worse, right? So she has her coffee in the morning. It makes her happy. She feels all old and stuff. So we'll give her that. And now she can drive, so now she's even more old. An adult, but even though she's really not. She doesn't have to know. She thinks she is. I did some spinning. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Ellen, if you're watching, this is your Cormo from Cinco Farm. I got some Cormo. I blended it with silk. And oh my god, look how white this is. And you can kind of see, you can see the shine. It's going to be, I'm guessing it's fingering weight. I don't know. It looks like it's, I'm guessing it, like some of it is probably a little lacier than others, but it's going to go on a shawl. I've got a plan for it. It is so soft. I'm going to have to make more of it. This is kind of like a test, like a test skein to make sure that I was spinning to where I wanted it to be. But I want lace because I really, even though it's a challenge for me, I really love the look of the lace. And I just feel like having a lace project. So I want to make a lace shawl. So I've got plans for it. It's not going to be super hard lace. And I have no idea what the yardage is. But that is my plan. So those are the last two things. But I'm super excited because I did do some spinning. Since the West Knit Along has started, I think I spin for like maybe 15 minutes. Because I have enough on my plate and that's kind of been put to the side. But that's okay. It'll come back. And I think that's it. My dogs, if you can hear the thumping and running, please don't. I hope they don't come down here. Has anybody else's dogs been like psychotic lately? Because mine have been since the weather got cooler. Oh my god. Enough rambling. I'm gonna go. And hopefully, I'm hoping it'll be 2 weeks. That's my plan. I want it to be 2 weeks, but it's probably, I don't know. I'm gonna try. Actually, might be easier because I've figured out, I think the lighting's not perfect, but it's better and it's not in the kitchen because when I'm in the kitchen, I have everybody home. She's in early college, so she's only gone for a little while, and then Kristen's working 3 days a week now because we're busy. So that's gone up to more. I have less time to just sit down and talk to you, everybody. So I'm hoping that being down here, I don't know. I think I haven't gotten over myself of like hearing the rest of the family sitting there talking to myself and they think I'm a crazy person. So yeah. So now there's no one home. Finally, it's 5 o'clock and getting dark. I don't even know what time it is. It's getting dark, but I'm hoping if it's down here in my little corner and nobody's bothering me, I can talk to myself and talk to you guys, and I will get everything a little more organized and get going. So I will talk to you soon. Shows are pretty much over, I think. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be doing some winter ones somewhere. I'm hoping. But I don't have anything like in the books right now. And that's kind of nice because I can get stuff together and get things organized. So I will talk to you soon. I'll talk to you later. Have a great night.